Our business itself had hit a certain threshold of where it was decent enough size and the management structure was there that I decided that it was good to bring in an outside partner who would help us continue to grow thoughtfully and smartly and not just quickly. And so that's what led me to think about taking on an outside partner to improve our business and make our business better and larger. I enjoy the business aspect of dentistry quite a bit. I understand that there are certain things that I do know and I don't know. I'm an orthodontist. I enjoy the business aspect of it, but I don't know the ins and outs of the details, and I don't know the people in the industry that I would need to be able to help me to partner with somebody. So in my opinion, as a business person, I try to include the smartest people around me on things that I don't have the most opportunities to know myself. So from that aspect, I decided it was a good idea to find an outside advisor to help me make my business presentable to potential partners on the outside. And so the reason I decided to work with TUSK Partners is dentistry is a very fragmented business. There's an awful lot of small solo practices or one or two practices, and there are a lot of advisors out there for those type of people. And there are a lot of very large practices. I don't fit into either of those. We are a mid-sized practice. And so I decided that it was in my best interest to find somebody who specializes in the mid-sized market. And I have, over the years, gone to quite a few different dental service organization meetings, and I happened to get referred from somebody who has worked with them quite a bit before and had a lot of nice things to say about them. And whenever I first got to talking with them, they had a very similar vision about what I wanted to do going forward, and they showed me how they would make that vision happen. So what TUSK offered me is, like I mentioned before, something that's information that I don't readily have available myself. One thing is, whenever you're running a small to medium-sized dental group practice, is your immediate group of friends and the people you have ability to talk to is somewhat limited. What I found in TUSK is they were able to open many more doors than I would have been able to do myself. If I tried to do this myself, I just don't have the knowledge of the people in the industry and even what's available out there for a group my size. TUSK was able to show me what different opportunities there are, and there are quite a few different opportunities. They were able to talk with me about what my future goals are, and they were able to bring it to more than one group of people that had a similar vision of me, which instead of me just having to choose from one option and not having a choice, they provided me with the choice. And I know for a fact that if I had not used TUSK, I would have not had the ability to make a potential choice. I would have just taken what was offered to me. The first thing I would tell you is you must find a partner broker to help you with the process. I look at it as I can value my practice to a certain point, but TUSK was able to bring me to the table much more value in my business than even I thought it had. Absolutely, you're going to pay TUSK a commission. I will tell you, for me personally, TUSK was worth every penny and probably more than I paid. The biggest thing I would take away is don't be afraid to ask somebody like TUSK what they think. I think a lot of dentists get a little nervous that you might be too small, TUSK might not be interested in helping you. Maybe your business is only sellable to the local dentist down the street. That's not true in today's industry. TUSK will definitely show you that there are a variety of different options. They will help tell your story and make the value of your practice probably more than you think that it actually is. And then they will introduce you to people that you've probably never met before, but you might have seen talking on stage at a meeting, and you will get to know these different groups and learn about these groups. That was the biggest thing for me, is the unknown about the future of the partner. It gave me a lot of opportunity to learn about the partner. Another thing that I would say that TUSK helped me out with a lot is, as a small business owner, we only have so much capacity and so much time in our day. And so there was a significant amount of information that if I had to try to accumulate it myself would have taken a significant amount of time. TUSK knows exactly what the potential buyers out there are looking for, And obviously, as I paid them a percentage of commission, that was part of the structure they did, is they helped me get all my documentation in order so that whenever I did go to potential buyers, everything looked like it was tight and buttoned up. The thing that was most surprising to me about in the whole operation is the length of time it takes. You think that you can sell a house in 30 days. You think that you're going to say, here's my dental practice and here's my numbers, and somebody's going to cut you a check, and it's going to be very simple. Even on a group my size, which is not that large, there's a significant amount of due diligence that needs to be done. There's a significant amount of outside people in the way of attorneys, accountants, and lawyers that are going to need to dig deep into your business, and rightfully so. People want to know what they're buying. They're generally giving you a decent amount of money for your business. You know your business and you think everybody else should know your business, but they don't. So there's a significant time effort. Whenever I met Kevin Cumbus from TUSK before, probably took around 10 months from start to finish to get the deal done. I thought foolishly at the beginning that it might be a 4 to 6 month process. But you really need to prepare yourself mentally for knowing that there's going to be ups and downs in this process, but that he will get you there. So the biggest thing I would say about TUSK is they know where the finish line needs to be, and they will get you to the finish line. It might not be as quick as you would have liked, and there might be a few bumps in the road, but they help smooth out the bumps. The nice thing about having a broker in the middle between you and the potential partner is none of them are the bad guy. The broker in the middle is the bad guy, and that's important because I'm going to partner with these people for a long time, so I don't want to get started off on the wrong foot where we might have battled on individual details that weren't overly large, but somebody got a little bit bent out of shape about it. So the nice thing about having a broker in the middle is they're able to smooth those rough edges off, and that made it a lot simpler for me. I'm still an active clinician working, and so a lot of the behind the scenes of negotiating specific details was taken out of my hands. I gave Kevin Cumbus the direction that I wanted to go, and he made it happen. So overall, I was very satisfied with TUSK. I think that if I were to give people advice, the biggest thing is you can't go wrong calling them. They're going to tell you the truth, and they're not going to tell you just what you want to hear. And the fact of the matter is, in dentistry in our business, the biggest thing is give me what the bottom line is. Don't lie to me and tell me you're going to get me this and get me that. Tell me what the positives and negatives are in my business, and what you think the transactions are going to look like going forward. And I will tell you that from start to finish, I felt like I was in very good hands and definitely had somebody on my side, because the other side of the partner is a much larger organization. They have many people fighting for them, and I had a person on my side that was on the same level of them, that in my particular instance, think that it made a huge difference. So I think that it would be a very large mistake if you're thinking about doing what I did, not to hire yourself an outside person to help with the transaction.